I know it might be hard to believe, but it does appear that Gen Z has been rejecting a lot of the messaging that's been put out there, especially over the past 8 years. Kind of seems like they don't want anything to do with it. And there's a lot of evidence of that, and we're going to go over some of it today. So this is an article from The Atlantic. It dropped back in November of last year. It says, the not-so-woke Generation Z. They're mad because Gen Z men showed up for Trump. Here's another one. This is from The Independent. This one's more recent, somewhat. The other one is, too. This one's actually from July 6th, but this one's from March 19th. They are even less progressive than older generations. Why Gen Z is less woke than you think. Because there has been a running joke, libs, snowflakes, stuff like that, but it would appear that Gen Z has rejected a lot of that, and you're going to see the results of that everywhere. This is why Hollywood has been scrambling, trying to completely redo things. They've lost the plot. Now, I don't know if they were woker and then they just decided enough is enough, but if you just go by what's going on now, it seems like that's what's happened. They've just rejected it, and it's killing industries. The NBA, for example, Gen Zers are sick of it because what is going on in the NBA? It's non-stop political messaging. In fact, they've embraced it more than any other sport. It's all over the NBA, and ratings aren't so good. I just thought this was interesting. Like they're rejecting it so hard that it's killing industries. It's definitely done a number on entertainment because all of these entertainment industries thought that woke was the future. You've seen it you're still seeing it at Marvel. Fantastic Four, First Steps, is developed under what people have jokingly called MCU because it's true. They flipped it up, decided they were going to turn all the women into the heroes and the men are going to just be a bunch of losers. You see that in the Fantastic Four right now because Sue Storm's the leader. Silver Surfer has been turned into a woman. I don't care if it happened in some dumb what-if comic. Nobody gives a shit about Shala Ball. It's all about Norrin. But it's in everything. And now they've been forced to kind of retool and change the way they do business. Every piece of media has to change now because of this. I think it's fantastic. But it's wild to me. It's like millennials seem to be the most broken. They seem to be the most broken out of all the different generations of people. Because what they're saying here in a lot of these articles is that Gen Zers are more like boomers, which I find kind of funny. So you have a generation correcting itself now after going through all this nonsense. Maybe the millennials were the true liberal snowflakes. I don't know. But Gen Z seems to want nothing to do with it, at least from all of these reports that I've been reading. But here's the evidence that they show. The NBA prides itself on being the hippest and most progressive major sports league in America. However, a new study found that the league's political activism is no longer driving young sports fans to the product. In fact, it's now turning them away. According to a new survey by Time to Play, just 29% of Gen Zers actively support the NBA's league-wide political messaging. Moreover, 33% of Gen Z respondents say they watch less basketball because of it. Specifically, the survey mentioned anthem protests, association with BLM, and pride celebrations as examples. And it's true. The NBA went all in on it. All in on it. And their ratings are down big time. The decline of the NBA is well documented. Their ratings have been down by 48% since 2012. The past NBA Finals marked the lowest rated since the Spurs versus Cavaliers. That shouldn't be a surprise. I actually will go ahead and say that has nothing to do with anything. It's the fact that it was two small market teams. You didn't have an LA team. You didn't have a New York team. You didn't have a big city team, a big market. It was just two smaller markets, so there's going to be less interest. I like the smaller markets doing better, but as far as like a big audience, they like the big time in there. So that's why those ratings were down. But it's undeniable that 48% down since 2012, and it has been. Like the NBA has been dying, and now they're losing young people. Now they're losing young people, which are very essential for brands. This is why Superman tried to appeal to a TikTok audience, because they're trying to get young people interested in the character. You can't keep going after the same old crowd. And a lot of companies thought that they could jump on this woke shit and that would bring them in, and now it's backfiring in their face, and they're forced to reconsider everything that they've done. See, woke really is dying. It is. It's on its way out. Everybody's rejecting it. And I think that's fantastic. Finally, maybe we can make some normal people again and not so many broken people. A lot of talk about male loneliness and that it's an epidemic. It's because of all the woke messaging has kind of shamed them into being reclusive. Maybe if we can get rid of some of that, they can come out of their shells again. That would be great. But to me, this is just more evidence that it's done. It's done. The NBA ratings are down 48% in the last 12 years, and they have fallen off of a cliff. Go ask the Democrats. Be warned, once you detach from regular people in America, you will pay a price. I think that that's fantastic. So, the political messaging of the NBA's biggest turnoff. Gen Zers are also displeased with the product on the court. Gen Z respondents also cited the number of games, the overtime format, scheduling, and inconsistent officiating for their declining interest in the league. That's with every sport. Every sport has that. Except for a few, like football doesn't have it, but the number of games, that's also a problem with like basketball and hockey. I don't know what you do there. But the inconsistent officiating, that's a problem with every sport. But I like seeing this nonsense go away. And it looks like it might truly be done. And with that, please subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Also, check out my comic book campaign ending on the 26th of this month. So don't wait too long. Stuff like this beautiful CGC slabbed cover C. This is the foil cover of the comic. This, once we have the numbers, is done. So stuff like this you're not going to be able to get when the campaign ends. The book has been printed. I'll be going down to Dallas to the Ripaverse warehouse to sign these beautiful books. So get your order and don't wait till the last minute, because this might not be there. If you're just looking to check out the book, though, cover D is only $17. It's a fun, action-packed comic. I think you're going to love it if you give it a chance. Link in the description. And with that, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
The year is 1945. World War II rages from the halls of Buckingham Palace to the shores of the Nile River. Even now, the clash between freedom and tyranny is about to boil over. Somewhere in North Africa, two American flyboys are soaring high on a reconnaissance mission, searching for clues to a peculiar new obsession with the occult gripping the Nazi high command.